guys, welcome back to my channel for your stimulus package and stimulus check update. If you don't care, please hit that subscribe button, that like button, and it must be appreciated. Now, this video, I'm going to go over further programs of Social Security, which is Ssdi, SSI, Veterans Affairs, and so on. A lot of people is wondering whether or not they still qualify for the second round of stimulus checks if the bill is passed. Well, first of all, let me say this real quick. It's looking good on the stimulus checks, guys, the stimulus package. They got to do something by the end of the month. They got to, but I'll talk about that tomorrow. Because this is going to be a good one. There's not going to be no jump here and jump here. This is going to be awesome. Trust me. I mean, if you're watching other videos of other people's channels, then you'll see. But let me go over this with you guys. Now, the SSDI and stimulus checks, everything we know right now. Now, if you are part of the Social Security Disability Insurance Program, you are eligible to receive a $1,200 stimulus check from the IRS after the CARES Act was passed in March. But as Congress continues to negotiate another stimulus relief package and the potential second stimulus check that could come with it, you may have a lot of questions, including if you qualify for another payment, how would it arrive, and what do I do if you're still owed money for yourself or your dependents. Now, here's everything we know right now about SSDI recipients and stimulus payments, including how to track down a missing payment and how to file a request for a payment for an eligible dependent. So, now, will I qualify for a second stimulus check if I receive SSDI? Okay. Question to that, yes you will. Now, we won't know exactly who will qualify for a second stimulus payment until a bill is finalized. But, based on the proposal bills we've seen so far, we've expected qualifications to largely remain the same as they were in the CARES Act. That means those are the part of the SSDI program will qualify for another check as they did in the first round. So as long as you have a Social Security number and are not claimed as a dependent on someone else's tax return. How would my stimulus payment arrive if I'm on SSDI? SSDI recipients didn't receive their first payments through the Direct Express card, though this usually what government uses to distribute federal benefits. Instead, the payment arrived through a non-direct express bank account or through a paper check. If you don't have your bank account information on file with the IRS, it's likely that if a second check is approved, it would arrive the same way the first one did, but possibly faster, which is real good, as the IRS already has the payment system set up. Now, what if I didn't file a tax return in 2018 or 2019? If you receive federal benefits including SSDI, you are not required to file a federal income tax return in 2018 or 2019. Under the CARES Act, you are still eligible to receive a stimulus check and should have received one automatically. No need to file a simple tax return as the IRS has originally said. Now, what if I still haven't received first round stimulus check for myself? If you're on SSDI but still haven't gotten a stimulus check from the first round, the IRS may still need more information about your eligibility. Now, to get your money, you need to provide your information to the IRS using its non-filers tool by October the 15th. The agency will ask your name, mailing address, date of birth, Social Security number, bank account number, if you have one, and identity protection personal identification number, which is IP or PIN. Now, driver's license or state issued ID, if you have one. You can submit this information online using the non-filers tool. Important: if you did file a 2019 tax refund, even if you weren't required to do so, don't use this tool. It'll just slow down the processing of your return and any refund. Now, what if I didn't get a first stimulus payment for my dependents? Now, under the CARES Act, qualified people with dependents age of 16 or younger were eligible for up to $500 per dependent, but not everyone with eligible dependents actually received the extra money, so the IRS has responded registration for people who receive SSDI or other government benefits. Now, and who did not receive $500 per child earlier this year when they got their own stimulus payment, but there's a deadline. Now, you have to enter your information in the IRS non-filers tools by September the 30th to receive a catch-up payment of $500 per child. Now, to get that money, if you had a qualifying dependent in 2019, use the non-filers tool to enter their name, social security number, of adoption, taxpayer identification number, and their relationship to you or your spouse. Now, find out who counts as a qualifying dependent in terms of stimulus payments, and how old you have to be to count as an adult to receive your own stimulus check. Now, you can only use the non-filers tool if you have not done so already to provide information about your qualifying child, or if you haven't filed your 2018 or 2019 tax return. Now, if you missed the September 30th deadline, you'll need to claim the dependent as a credit on your 2020 federal income tax return next year. Now, how to use the non-filers tool to get your stimulus check. Here's what to expect when you use the IRS non-filers tool. For yourself or your dependents, create an account with your email address and phone number along with a user ID and password. You'll be directed to a screen where you'll input your filing status, single or married, filing jointly. And with personal information, there's a box to check if someone else can claim you or your spouse as a dependent. Then you can enter your bank information. If you'd rather not or don't have a bank, the IRS will send you a check in the mail. You'll be taken to another screen to enter more personal information to verify your identity. After you fill out the forms, you'll get the email from customer service at the free fileable forms acknowledging that you've successfully submitted your information or letting you know there is a problem and how to correct it. The site uses your information to automatically complete a Form 1040 and send it to the IRS to send you a payment. Now, when will my own missing payment arrive? Now, on that, if your payment didn't come in the first round, but you registered with the non-filers tool by October the 15th, the IRS says you'll receive the payment by the end of 2020. Now, when will my missing payment for dependents arrive? Okay, if you file out the non-filers tool from May 5th through August 15th, the IRS will automatically issue the catch-up payment for your dependents in October. Now, if you received your original EIP by direct deposit, which EIP is the debit card they sent out, you'll get the catch-up payment the same way others will get it in the mail. Now, if you file for your missing dependent money between now and September the 30th, The payment should arrive by the end of 2020 in the same way that you received your first payment, likely direct deposit or by mail. To check the status of your dependent's payment, use the IRS Get My Payment tool to track it. You should also get a notice in the mail letting you know that the additional $500 per qualifying child has been issued. Okay, what if I'm in the SSDI program but live outside the U.S.? If you are a Social Security beneficiary with a foreign address whose monthly benefit is deposited into a foreign bank account, you'll receive your stimulus payment by a check in the mail. The IRS doesn't deposit money into foreign banks. The IRS plan to start sending those checks at the end of July. If you live abroad but receive your monthly money benefits through a U.S. bank, you should have received your payment by direct deposit to that account by the end of July as well. Now again, you can use the Get My Payment tool to track your payment. Now for more information, find out if you're qualified for a second stimulus check. Now and when you can expect a second stimulus check. If you still haven't gotten a first stimulus check, you can track the status of your stimulus check and learn how to report your missing check to the IRS and find possible reasons why your stimulus check still hasn't arrived. Now the stimulus check eligibility status, everything you need to know, and where we stand right now. As far as that goes, now it goes to say, could congressional talks be inching forward? A deal hasn't yet been reached. No, it hasn't. But the thing of it is, they are like this close, guys. I mean, listen, they got to. The only way they could knock, the only way this couldn't, come October the 1st, if this is not done, you might as well go in the bomb shelter and hide, because there will be a flat out chaos. I'm telling you guys, it's going to be a mess. I'll explain more to you tomorrow. I'm not going to get into that with this video, but listen guys, it's going to be a mess if it don't. Just trust me. But anyways, if you got any more questions about anything to do with SSDI or Social Security, SSI, whatever, let me know and I'll look it up for you guys, okay? I'll be more than glad to help. That's what I'm here for. I'll do the best I can. Like I've always said, I'm not no professional by means. I just try to help. That's all. But guys, I love you guys, and we'll make it through this. We will. And one more thing. We've got to vote these people out of office. No matter what happens, don't let them fool you. Don't, just because they pass this and get this money out, don't let that fool. Some people it's going to fool. Some people it's going to work on. They're going to still go vote for them. But don't let that change your heart. Do the right thing, guys. These people's got to go. Look what they've put us through. Do you still want these people in office? Think about that, okay? But listen, guys, I ain't gonna make no more videos tonight. I'll start out in the morning tomorrow, always before 5 o'clock. So, guys, I love you. Peace out.